Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this current video I am going to be giving you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference building up to the Manchester United Wolves game tomorrow 5:30 kickoff, and also going to be giving you the latest news regarding Joshua King. Now, I'm going to actually know the first topic of the development I'm going to start with is Joshua King, and then I am going to delve into, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said during his press conference. So let's start with Joshua King. So according to Sky Sports, which is a very reliable source, they have said Manchester United have expressed an interest in Joshua King. Now, reportedly, Manchester United have put a bid in for Joshua King, but reportedly, Bournemouth have turned this bid down. Now, of course, Manchester United are in search for a striker. Obviously, Solskjaer did come out after the game against Man City and said, we need to recommend a striker in. Obviously, the main explanation for this is reflecting on the injury to Marcus Rashford, because obviously, Marcus Rashford's going to be out for at least a couple of months after, he sustained a double fracture in his back. But, there has been quite a few strikers on our agenda. Reports are saying this is stemming from James Cooper in Sky Sports. He tends to be close to Manchester United, and he says Manchester United are considering putting a second bid in for Joshua King. Joshua King has been at Bournemouth for several years, quite a few years should I say now, and he has scored 45 goals in 151 appearances for Bournemouth. This is what it has basically said. Now, Eddie Howe has given his overarching view on this speculation, and he says that Joshua King could still leave Bournemouth before, the transfer window does shut tonight, and that is dependent on if Manchester United do increase their bid for the player. Now, of course, Solskjaer knows Joshua King very, very well, because don't forget Joshua King played for the reserves when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was managing the Manchester United reserves for a couple of years. I think he managed them, was it from 2008 to 2010 or something like that. Joshua King, of course, did begin his career with Manchester United. Manchester United did get him in from Valerenga, and I think he was at the club around 3 or 4 years. Well, he was in the senior squad for around 3 or 4 years. Then, of course, Joshua King had quite several loan spells. He had a loan spell at Preston. He had a loan spell at Borussia Mönchengladbach, a couple of loan spells there, had one at Hull, then had one at Blackburn, but then Blackburn, of course, made the deal permanent, of course. Blackburn did make the deal permanent. So Man United do know Joshua King well. He's 28 years of age, so he is highly experienced. He's well proven in the Premier League, and at Bournemouth he's turned out to be a prolific goal scorer. So if Joshua King were to come to Manchester United, do you think he'd be able to replicate, what he's been doing in the few years, he has been with Bournemouth? Solskjaer has given his overarching view on this speculation regarding Joshua King. He did actually mention this in his press conference building up to the Man United Wolves game, and Solskjaer did say, he doesn't think that Manchester United will make any more signings in this January transfer window. He doesn't think we'll make any more signings, but, he's happy with the links to Joshua King. But there again, Solskjaer did say, that Young wouldn't leave this month. Of course, Ashley Young joined Inter Milan for 1.5 million after Ashley Young did endure 8.5 years at the club. And of course, Marcus Rojo went out on loan to Estudiantes. He's gone on a 6-month loan, so he's at Estudiantes until the end of the season. So he has made a return to Argentina. But Solskjaer said none of them players would have left this month and that. But, there's been quite a few strikers on our current agenda. Obviously I've been keeping up to date recently what's been going on with Islam Slimani, who's currently on loan at Monaco. The Daily Star said the other day that reportedly Man United were working with Islam Slimani's agents to try and get a deal finalised. Now, Islam Slimani has already told Monaco that he wants Monaco to end his loan spell. So Manchester United are in for him. We've inquired about getting him on loan. Tottenham have also been in talks, because Tottenham themselves are in search for a striker, reflecting on the injury to Harry Kane. Also to Villa and I think Inter Milan have also been in for Islam Slimani. Now, Islam Slimani, before he was at Monaco on loan, he had loan spells at Newcastle and Fenerbahce. And of course, I think they were unsuccessful loan spells. Of course, Leicester did purchase him from Sporting Lisbon back in 2016. They paid around 29 million pounds. But at that current time, it was Leicester's record signing. Islam Slimani is 31 years of age. Leicester have made it clear they want either Man United or Tottenham or whatever to pay a loan fee of around £4 million. So he's another strike on our agenda. Obviously, Dian Igalo, reports said yesterday that he's been offered to Manchester United because Man United have inquired about his availability. He's currently playing in China at the moment for Shanghai Greenland Shenhua. I think he served a couple of years in China. Don't forget, he did have a spell with Watford, so he has played in the Premier League as this player. So he's another striker on our agenda. Also, Edison Cavani has been on our current agenda. His preference is a move to Atletico Madrid. It looked like he was going to Atletico Madrid, but now he's probably not going to Atletico Madrid. Obviously, Inter Miami have been in talks over getting him on the board. Edison Cavani. Obviously, Chelsea is still in there for him. The main explanation why Atletico Madrid aren't getting him is because Atletico Madrid are not willing to pay the 25 million that PSG want. Atletico Madrid have put around 3 bids in, but obviously, that doesn't satisfy PSG. But I don't know if Edison Cavani will leave PSG now. He did put a transfer request in earlier on this month. Don't forget also Manchester United were in for the player. So we've got to try and get a striker in, before, the transfer window does shut tonight. We've got to try and get one in. I'm very, very delighted with the signing of Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, that was officially confirmed yesterday in that. I'm very, very delighted that we've brought him in. Bruno Fernandes is our 4th signing under Ole Gunnar Solsjaker. Since he come in, he's our 4th signing. So Solskjaer has recruited 4 players in 3 transfer windows. This is what he's done. And yeah, very, very delighted with the signing. He's our first signing of this year, is Bruno Fernandes. So yeah. So now I'm going to get on with my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference building up to the game against Wolves. Solskjaer has confirmed that Bruno Fernandes will be involved in this game against Wolves. He's obviously, he can't estimate how much he will be involved, but all we know is that he's going to be involved. So Bruno Fernandes is going to be making his debut for the football club, and I do believe he will be playing in that number 10. So there's no more Lingard in that number 10. There's no more Andres Pereira in that number 10. Mata would be good as a backup, to Bruno Fernandes, to be fair. But yeah, he's part of the squad as Solskjaer's confirmed. He also praised Bruno Fernandes during the press conference. He said, that he's got a terrific, he's a terrific human being. He believes he'll be a great addition to the squad and believes that Bruno Fernandes will provide goals at Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes says he will try his best to bring success and trophies to Manchester United and that. So yeah, so Bruno Fernandes is going to be involved in this game. Obviously he was asked, why Man United and that, didn't get him at an earlier point. And Solskjaer just said, look, it doesn't matter now. We've got the deal over the line. That is basically, that all that matters. So yeah, he's going to be involved. He was also asked about David De Gea with Solskjaer, because if David De Gea does play this weekend, it will be his 300th Premier League appearance for Manchester United. Now, obviously, he was asked about what he's ranked at, and Solskjaer said, he's a top rank. Is De Gea? He said he's been unbelievable for this club. De Gea's been a long servant here. De Gea now is into his 9th season at Manchester United. He has enjoyed 8 years here. And I think De Gea's, I don't think he's been too good this season, but I think he's enjoyed a good 7.5 years out of the 8 years he's been at Manchester United. And I thought De Gea was absolutely fantastic against Man City on Wednesday night. He did make quite a lot of good saves. He did make quite a lot of good saves. So he also did praise De Gea, during the current press conference and that. So that's very, very good. And yeah, and obviously, like I said, you don't think, Man United will make many more signings in this January transfer window, basically, in that. So these are some of the stuff that I did say during his press conference and that. Manchester United have got injuries still. Some players have come back recently. Obviously, Bay's now back because he was out with an knee injury. Also, Fosu-Mensah's now back. I'm surprised they didn't play any part in the game against City or Tranmere. Of course, Pogba and McTominay still out. Solskjaer recently did reveal that Paul Pogba is desperate to return for Man United. Paul Pogba's only played 8 games this season for the club because he's been out for the vast majority of this season with injury. But I still believe Paul Pogba is one of the players that's going to be leaving Manchester United in the summer. I think there's a possibility chance that Pogba could be back for the Chelsea game on the 17th of February. So that's very, very good news. McTominay, of course, he's still out. He damaged the ligaments in his knee, don't forget. He's one of the players I would be determined to keep because he was good before he got injured. I think McTominay is also due back in February. But reverting back to what I said about Pogba, yeah, he's close to returning. Pogba. He has had his ankle cast removed like Solskjaer recently, confirmed. Obviously, Rashford's out for at least the next couple of months. So we have had a lot of injuries this season, to be fair. Obviously, Wolves is going to be a very tough game tomorrow. It's 5:30 tomorrow, Wolves in the league. You saw my preview on that yesterday. I'm a starting 11 prediction. And, like I say, Wolves are a very well organised team. They show good attacking intent. They're very competitive. Their record against the top 6 sides is very impressive. So Solskjaer is looking to beat Wolves as a manager for the second time. Because the last time we beat Wolves, we beat them in the FA Cup third round. We play 1-0. It was the goal from Juan Mata. He got the only goal of the game. And obviously, prior to that game, Wolves were unbeaten in their last 5 games against us. So Wolves are a bit of a bogey team to us. And there's some players in Wolves' squad I'd take. I'd take the likes of Raul Jimenez. I'd take Jota. I'd probably take Ruben Neves. So Wolves have got quite a lot of good players in their team. I thought they enjoyed a fantastic season last season. Last season Wolves finished 7th. So in that aspect, they got automatic qualification for, the Europa League. Now, they are into knockout stages of the Europa League. And last season, they enjoyed a very good cup run. Did Wolves. They got to the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 21 years. So, yeah, very, very decent team, our Wolves and that. And, this is a game Man United need to win. We need to win this game because we've got to get back to winning ways in the Premier League. We have to, because we are coming into this game on the back of 2 back-to-back defeats in the Premier League. Lost at Anfield 2-0 to Liverpool. Lost at home to, Burnley for the first time in 62 years. If Fernandes had been playing against Burnley and we'd have got him at that point, we wouldn't have lost to Burnley. And we are 6 points behind top 4, so we've got to win to keep our top 4 ambitions alive. The only main explanation why we're in that top 4 is because, Chelsea have been so inconsistent. And, and we've registered 34 points in 24 games. And Wolves are on the exact same points because they've registered 34 points from 24 games of Wolves, but we're ahead of Wolves on goal difference. But we have got quite a few ambitions this season. Those ambitions is to get top 4, get some silverware on the board, because silverware is very important because we have lacked silverware in the last 6 or 7 years. So we need to try and get some silverware on the board. So the FA Cup's a priority. We are now into the 5th round. Also, the Europa League is a priority, and it's also another route to Champions League football and that. So, like I said, reverting back to what I said about Fernandes, good signing, will improve our midfield, composure very, very good, and can he save Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure at the club? The signing of Bruno Fernandes doesn't, change the culture of the club in general. It doesn't. Because obviously, there's cultural problems at the club that need to be changed. And, there's problems with the backroom staff. There's been problems the way the club's been run in general for the last 6 or 7 years. Obviously, a lot of United fans are protesting Ed Woodward and the Glazers. Also, yes, they are. And, they do want Ed Woodward and the Glazers out. Of course, is it going to happen tomorrow? Is that walkout going to happen in the 58th minute? I do not know, but reports saying that it could possibly happen. I still feel as though Solskjaer isn't a long-term solution for Man United, and if things do improve now, I will take everything back I said. But either way, the club are going to be determined to give Solskjaer another full season at Manchester United. This is his first full season now, but they're going to give him another season, because we've already confirmed that we're determined to give him at least a couple more windows to see who else he can recommend in to the football club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been at Man United 13 months. He's been permanent boss for around 10 months now, of course, as Solskjaer. And obviously, analysing the vast majority of that 10 months, it has been very, very bad. Totally comparison to the time in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager and that. But Solskjaer still got around 2.5 years left on his deal. But Solskjaer is aware it is a transition period. Of course, he wants Man United to get through this transition period. But now that he's in his second year, he's got many expectations to exceed at Manchester United and that. And yeah, but I still don't think he's a long-term solution for the football club. But us getting rid of him, wouldn't really be the right solution, not at this moment in time. I think this is my perception that's changed. I think even if we don't get top 4 winning in silverware this season, we'll be determined to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer another season at Manchester United, basically, in that. So, yeah. And I think Solskjaer, well, I'm actually unsure, should I say, what formation Solskjaer will go with in this game against Wolves. In the last 2 games, he's actually now gone with 3 at the back. Went with 3 at the back against Man City. Also went with 3 at the back against Tranmere. And I've got to say, 3 at the back, it seems to suit our standards. I think we'll look more expansive when we go with 3 at the back. Obviously, people will have different perceptions on it, saying, now we should revert back to the 4-2-3-1 because of the signing of Bruno Fernandes. It makes Fernandes a lot more effective in that 4-2-3-1 formation. So we may revert back to the 4-2-3-1. But Solskjaer's been going with that formation anywhere on a regular basis this season. He's been going with that 4-2-3-1 formation. And I think he has been tactically naive for the vast majority of this season. So I give you my starting 11 prediction yesterday. I think he'll go with the 3-4-1-2 like he has done in the last 2 games, but maybe he won't. Maybe he'll go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. So we'll find out anyway who he goes with. I'm not sure if Matic is going to be playing in this game, by the way, because he did get sent off, didn't he, against Man City? That was very controversial. Now, people have got different perceptions on that. Some people are saying he shouldn't have been sent off, Matic. Some people are saying he deserved to be sent off. Solskjaer gave his overarching view on it, and he actually said that Matic didn't deserve to be sent off in the game and that. And I thought Matic was our best player in the game against Manchester City, without a shadow of a doubt. But Solskjaer's confirmed he still expects more departures at Manchester United. We'll obviously try and get rid of more players in the summer. I think Pogba will go in the summer because Bruno Fernandes is the replacement for Pogba anywhere. I think Jones should go. Whether he goes in the summer or not, I do not know. I think Matic needs to go. I think we've recently been in talks over extending his contract. I think we also need to get rid of Chong. I think Chong's going on a free transfer at the end of the season anyway, because I don't think he's at that level as yet. We need to get rid of Lingard, because Lingard's too inconsistent. Last season didn't score 1 goal or 1 single assist. Luke Shaw, due to his fitness regime and that, maybe he should be moved on because he's very injury prone as Luke Shaw. Sustained a lot of injuries as a Manchester United player, Pereira. But yeah, again, there's still players I would be determined to keep at Man United. I'd keep the 3 signings that Solskjaer brought in last summer. James has done well. I don't think he's done so good in the last month. But there again, hasn't been getting enough service. Same perception on Martial, he hasn't been getting enough service. And Wan-Bissaka, keep him, he's done well. Some people believe I think, to be fair, he's much better as a right back than a right wing back. You see the best of him as a right back, and Wan-Bissaka. And Harry Maguire has done well defensively for us. And as you all know now, Harry Maguire is our permanent captain. That got confirmed, of course, when Ashley Young left the football club. I would keep Fred, because I think recently he's rejuvenated himself, so I would keep Fred, definitely in that. But, we've got a lot of young players in the squad that are developing and trying to improve in that. And I think, there's a lot of young players at Manchester United that are going to become a success at the club without a shadow of a doubt. And Solskjaer has got a lot of trustworthy in his young upcoming players. But despite the fact we've been inconsistent in the last 6 or 7 years, Manchester United is still one of the biggest clubs in the world with a fantastic history. fantastic history, a fantastic fan base. More successful team in England reflects on the amount of titles we've won. We've spent a hell of a lot of money over the years. We spent nearly £1 billion on recruiting new players in. We've also got the highest wage bill in the Premier League, so take that into account as well. But yeah, hopefully, if Solskjaer believes, if he's given the time that he's demanding, he believes he can emulate into Jurgen Klopp. Because Solskjaer's been talking about Jurgen Klopp, He's been talking a lot about him in the past couple of weeks, saying that it took Jurgen Klopp 4 years to get to the level where he is. And Solskjaer believes he can build a team like Liverpool's if he is given the right amount of time, basically. But yeah, so like I said, delighted with the signing of Bruno Fernandes. Can't wait to see him play it on Saturday. And that's basically everything to update you with today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.